Okay, Goregoyles. Depending on where you watch this at, it's either 4 small independent films, it's 2 films that are double films, or it's 1 4-segment film. So I'm just going to go through all 4 of these segments. I had all the titles written down over here on my board. Yeah, I use a dry erase board. It's easier to figure out what I'm doing for the first of the week. Okay. So let's go with... We'll start with The Beast first. The Beast, again, you can find all these on YouTube. However, I think Holy Terror and Clean are reversed if you're trying to watch them on like Viewster. Okay. So we're going with The Beast. You have a woman who comes home and finds that her husband's been murdered. By who? Don't really quite know. However, her brother is an ex-junkie who believes he's being taken over by Satan and transforming into a werewolf. By transforming into a werewolf, I mean he kind of writhes around on the ground naked. This has got probably one of the worst sections of dialogue, where the brother and sister are talking, and every third word seems to be either hate or soul. You're the one who can save my soul. I hate you because of the destruction you did to my soul. But how can you hate me when I love you? The world hates me, but your love is what can save my soul. It's like, wow. This is probably some of the most forced dialogue I've ever heard in a film. These are all independently shot, so I look at it through the independent, lens. And the only indication they really give that he may or may not be a werewolf is just a pile of poop on the floor. I think she walks through and she doesn't notice that there's a little pile. There's a little dog pile on the floor. She doesn't even notice it. Okay, so that's pretty much the Beast. Is he a werewolf? I don't know. He just kind of writhes around naked on the floor with blood. Okay, so that's the Beast. The Walkers. This is probably like one of the worst episodes of dual survival ever. 2 bank robbers are on the run. They go into a forest with no gear. They are followed by 2 cops who go into the forest with no gear. I'm thinking, is the forest haunted? No, this is pretty much just people who have no gear, no real forestry skills, stuck in a forest, slowly dying. With a weird supernatural piece at the very end. Like, they felt like, okay, yeah, this is a horror film, kind of. And supernatural thing at the very end. It's got a couple of decent moments towards the end. But the majority of it is people walking around the woods and yelling at each other because they're stupid and they're stuck in the woods. Okay, Holy Terror. When movies try to go deep and they're just really bad at it, it's like, in their mind, this is the deep end of the pool. In reality, this is the kiddie pool that they're playing with. Someone believes themselves to be possessed by a demon. Tries to go see the priests. Priest really can't help him. Tries to go see someone else who knows the satanic arts to try to help him. Long story short, his mother gave birth to him during some sort of dark sacrificial time, and he's some sort of like antichrist demon. Yada yada yada. It's ridiculously generic. Where it felt like it was, we need someone who looks like... We need a goth kid. Okay, goth kid and your goth girl, you're like this town's lord of the underworld. So there's that one. Clean. Clean is actually probably the best one out of all of them. You're initially introduced to a guy who has a weird psychological issue. From his point of view, he's always seen like people in robes. He gets invited to join a club. A very different sort of club. They meet one day out of the year. And they kill somebody. So they get together as a group, listen to hard rock music, drink, and then they kill somebody. They bring him upstage so he can do the killing. And he's a pretty vicious killer. And then he kind of snaps and begins to kill pretty much the majority of people who are part of this killing club. So it'd be like if somebody who was in the group of in the movie's Hostel decided to then kill everybody who was in the hostel who was doing the killing. And it's, it appears to have some decent acting to it for an independent film. The practicals are done very well for an independent film. So out of these four, with the exception of a scene towards the end in Walkers, Clean is probably your best bet when it comes to one that's actually going to have some of that, I don't feel like I entirely wasted my time.